Thank you. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Oh.
You just get way too excited for
look at that sucker.
It's a sucker swimming around is all it is.
Yeah, but I thought somebody grabbed him.
Oh, stop it.
Late fall conditions throughout the Northwoods can be extremely volatile. Yet, regardless of the conditions, casting artificials and trailing live suckers is an effective technique. First, Jim Saric, John Mich, and Scott Kolpin team up in summer-like fall weather. Then Jim, John Mich, and pro guide Rob Manthai face blizzard conditions in northern Wisconsin.
It's mid-October and we're in northern Wisconsin. The leaves have turned color. They're falling like crazy because we've had some giant winds going on here. But conditions are very unseasonal. It's been crazy warm. Of the good friends, John Mich and Scott Kolpin. John, what about this crazy warm fall?
You know, normally when we're fishing this time of year, we're getting the water temperatures at their lowest. And in fact, the last couple of days, the temperatures have gone up. You know, what the conditions are what they are. We're gonna go after them. We're gonna drag suckers around. We're gonna throw some baits. Either gonna give it up on the baits, give it up on the suckers, but we're gonna catch some fish, I think.
Sounds great. Scott, what do you think the hot lure is gonna be, man?
I'm gonna try and change it up today and throw a blade and hopefully catch a fish on a sucker as well.
The Musky Hunter, brought to you by Yeti Coolers, Bass Pro Shops, Ontario, Canada, Shimano, G. Loomis, Power Pro, Mercury Outboards, Ranger Boats, Joe Booker Outdoors, Muskie Mayhem Tackle, Motor Guide, Muskie Innovations, Phantom Lures, and Musky Hunter Magazine.
For 50 years, Ranger has led the way in innovative, high-performance designs, and we're raising the bar again with a bold new flagship line, the Ranger Z Comanche L Series. These rigs are custom crafted with a passion for perfection and loaded with more features and advantages to deliver domination at every level. The next generation Ranger L Series. Celebrate a legacy, 50 years in the making.
Looking for the latest in musky gear? We have musky sweatshirts, t-shirts, and hats. A full line of musky DVDs and books. Gear up with a complete line of release tools. Shop Muskie at muskyhunter.com.
So what are you doing?
Oh, delivering the groceries.
All right, what do we got in there, man?
Well, you know what? Every good fall fishing trip should have fresh bait. And what we got here is fresh bait.
Yeah, look at those guys, man.
We doubled up.
Nice.
Good deal, huh?
All right, put that on. Got to keep that oxygen going in there.
Reach in the refrigerator for a little morsel. There's a lot of rigs on the market. This one employs using clips. They're all pretty good. A lot of people make their own. It's whatever you feel comfortable with. I'm comfortable with this rig. The rigs go in the nostrils of the sucker, and then you have two tag ends. And what you're going to do is you're just going to scrape a little bit of the scales off, and you're just going to pierce the skin with the hook and get it in. And then you do the same thing on the other side. Again, same thing. I tend to put the hooks, when I'm putting the hooks on my suckers, everybody's different, but when I'm putting hooks on my suckers, I tend to keep them pretty much straight in line, middle of the sucker. So whether they grab it from, underneath, or they grab it from up top, or even, from tail first, chances are we're gonna get a hook in the fish's mouth, and that's what it's all about. Now we're just gonna drop this little morsel in the water. And we have a few more to rig up.
It certainly helps in the fall if you're coming into a trip where you've got colder weather conditions, and as the water temperatures are dropping, it tends to focus more fish on the break and can make the live bait more effective. We've had a warming trend, and a lot of times a warming trend may scatter fish, but maybe more fish go on hard baits, you never know. But generally, you want to see if you're planning your trip, if you've got some flexibility in the days, if you know you're going to have a water temperature drop, cold front coming through, water's getting colder, that's really when you kind of plan your trip in the fall. What?
I might be bit here.
The wind is crazy. I got the anchor lock on to kind of hold us in place here while John gets a couple of the other suckers out of the way. You don't want to just hurry up and set the hook like crazy. You want to make sure you're all set and get in the right position. We got to get the fish away from the boat a little bit, so once we're all clear, we're going to make sure John's got the net ready. I'll move the trolling motor, we'll get away, and he'll set the hook.
You hit him, let him know when you're going to hit him.
All right, you ready? Here we go.
Got him? Yeah.
Oh, good fish.
Yep.
Nice.
Yeah.
Good fish.
Oh, nice fish. Whew.
Nice job,
That fish
man.
would move away from the boat. Finally he did.
Yeah. Tell you
That
what,
was
in big
awesome.
wind like this, you really got to have to use kind of a team effort where one guy's netting the fish, other guy in the trolling motor, and then the other guy catching the fish, man. Nice job.
That was incredible.
Nice. Nice fish.
There we go.
That's
Yeah.
a pretty one, huh?
Yeah, really good fish. Love it. Great fight.
All right, let's get her back in.
It's a tussle in that wind, you know?
Yeah, it was.
I like watching you struggle a little bit.
Yeah, it was a good one. He was strong. All right, there she goes. There she goes.
Nice. Nice, nice, nice. Good job, Scott.
Oh, very cool. That's a good hook set.
It was really good. Let's get another one.
When you're fishing these edges for these fish, you're gonna get snagged. You're gonna lose rigs. You're fishing the edge. These fish are on the edge, and there's stumps and logs and cribs down there and rocks, and the suckers are gonna want to get in that stuff. And because of that, you're gonna get some snags. And sometimes we get our rigs back, sometimes we don't. But when you have more rigs in the boat, you can just re-rig and do it all over again.
Looking, I can't see it from here. Hold on. Let me chase him down a little bit to see if I can get him.
Yeah.
The little guy, the peep.
God gets to set the hook.
Oh, I get to set the hook on the peep? Okay.
I knew that was coming.
Yeah.
A great tool to have on the boat is this 7-inch long stainless steel Shimano split ring pliers. And it's more than just a split ring pliers. Certainly on this end of it, you can change split rings with the way the end of this pliers is shaped, but also you can cut braided line really, really easily. And if you have a situation where you've got a lure that's out of tune and you need to bend the eye up, down, right and left, this pliers will really help you. As musky hunters, we're always changing hooks when we catch a fish, we're cutting line, we're trying to tweak a bait to make it run properly, and this pair of pliers can help you get it done.
Bass Pro Shops. It's more than a store. It's great service from folks who know what they're talking about. A place with a great selection of brands you love.
And so many clothing options to choose from.
It's a low price guarantee. and free events that are fun for the whole family. If you've never been to Bass Pro Shops, you don't know what you're missing.
Are you searching for that secret lake or magic lure?
There's no one secret in muskie fishing.
Knowledge is power.
You want to catch more muskies?
Get Musky Hunter.
Get Musky Hunter.
Get Musky Hunter.
Subscribe now and get cutting-edge information from the top muskie professionals. Learn to locate muskies in any water using the hottest muskie lures. Get the latest on new muskie gear and exclusive muskie wear. Get 6 big issues for only $23.95. Call 1-800-23-MUSKIE or go to muskiehunter.com.
The muscle memory of a million casts fires again and again, as natural as every breath that I take. I can't stop. Just one more cast, strike, fight.
Wow. Look at that one.
I live for the pursuit.
XI5 from Motor Guide, a wireless trolling motor engineered for anglers by anglers, delivering key performance attributes with power, toughness, stealthy, quiet operation. And for you control freaks, our optional pinpoint GPS navigation system lets you position your boat precisely where the fish are, instantaneously, accurately, built to earn you bragging rights. Meet the all-new XI5, only from Motor Guide.
Where's the dream destination of all muskie anglers? Ontario. And for good reason. It's loaded with giant muskies. Ontario has hundreds of waters with thousands of spots loaded with trophy muskies waiting for you. Don't fight the crowds. Explore the waters of Ontario. Fish alone and get back in touch with nature. Ontario, it's the place where muskie dreams come true. To find out more about my favorite Ontario muskie waters, check out gofishinontario.com.
Mike Molo of Chicago caught and released this 49.5-inch muskie from Lake Vermilion in Minnesota.
It is great to be back in northern Wisconsin fishing some of the waters I grew up muskie fishing, and I've got 2 great guys fishing with me today. I've got my good friend John Mich, and I got pro guide Rob Manthei, who also owns St. Germain Lodge and Fibbers Resort. Rob, middle of October, great conditions. What do you think?
Well, I like today just because we got some weather coming in tomorrow. You know, we're not really into that deep fall pattern quite yet. We'll find out today. I mean, every day's been different. We've been catching fish. I just think we have a good chance with some weather coming in tomorrow and get this bite going today.
Awesome. John, you ready to cast and maybe try to stay warm?
I'm part of the team today, so I got to produce.
We're working down another steep breaking shoreline classic spot. You can see some of those trees falling into the shoreline from down there. And basically what we're doing here is we're going down the shoreline. I'm gonna throw a minnow bait up towards the trees, and John's gonna throw a depth raider kind of parallel to the break. And we're gonna work down here. Rob's got the suckers trailing near bottom and throwing up along the edge as well. So when you get these steep breaking shorelines, yep, you wanna throw up on the cover, but sometimes when you're casting, throw parallel to the break as you work down there nice and easy and try to trigger a strike. So Rob, what do you think about before you set the hook out here in the deeper water?
Well, he's moving off, Jim. We kind of got to catch up to him a little bit here.
Okay, got it.
So take the boat ahead to your right.
Chase him down.
Well, I just like to cut the distance a little bit when you set the hook. And I'm actually pretty excited because I never get to do this. So, all right, speed up to him, speed up to him. He's 50 feet away here.
Okay. More power.
Just want to get a read on which way he's going. Okay, all right, here. Got him.
Love it.
Well, that didn't take too long.
Love it. Oh yeah, nice fish, yeah.
Good one.
Yeah. All right, John, whenever you're ready. There we go. Nice.
Nice job.
I'm shaking because I just love sucker hits. And I never get to do that, you know?
Beautiful.
That's
nice
fish there.
Beautiful fish.
Nice fall build. Good way to start.
Yes, sir. Nice job, Rob.
All right. Boom. All right. Well, let's get rigged up and get another.
Yes. Rob, how long have you and Kay owned St. Germain Lodge and Fibber's Restaurant? I know we do our muskie schools there, and in the spring, we always have a great time. It's centrally located right in the heart of some of the best muskie fishing in Vilas County.
We've owned it now for a little over 11 years, Jim, and yeah, St. Germain is in a great spot. I mean, so many lakes right at your fingertips in every direction. You know, we're open year-round. We have cabins. We have 2, 3, 4-bedroom cabins, hotel rooms, you know, full-service restaurant, boat rentals, everything that you'd need. You know, a nice beach frontage, fish cleaning house, power at the docks, everything that you might need on a vacation. You know, if you're not able to, you know, get in somebody's books for a guide trip, you know, I'm not stingy about passing out information. You know, I'll mark people's maps. I mean, if you're staying at our place and you're a customer, I'm going to give you every bit of knowledge I can to help you catch fish or put you on fish while you're up there for the long weekend or the week that you're up there for. Man, I can't believe that fish didn't grab that sucker. He was all over it. Well, we just had a fish show up, saw it on the Lowrance, came right up off the bottom, chased the sucker around, and kind of in a pretty touchy spot here where it's a real irregular bar that I'm just trying to follow the contour. I'm watching the fish, and I'll jig the sucker, try to take it away from him, and you know, you feel a lot what's going on in the rod. I mean, you can feel that sucker just kicking for his life, and when you can feel that, you know that muskie's really close to him, and anything you can do to just try to trigger that fish to grab that sucker now. You know, if we were below 50 degrees, I don't think that would even be a question. They just come up and grab it.
Every day on the water, I keep track of moon rise and moon set. I use it on my Lowrance electronics, figure out when the moon's gonna rise or set, or I use my Musky Hunter app to do that. But also a real important time is when the moon is directly over your head or below your foot. So you wanna know all those because those are associated with major and minor periods as well. So I'll go to my Musky Hunter app on any given day and I'll take a look at it and I'll hit the moon phase and I'll know by looking at this quickly wherever I'm at when the moon's gonna rise or set, when it's going to be underfoot, or when it's going to be over your head, because these are all associated with key moon periods and key times muskies might bite. So check out the Musky Hunter app, be aware of those moon periods, and be on a good spot around one of those moon periods, and you'd be amazed at how you can get a few extra fish to bite every day.
Bass Pro Shops. It's more than a store.
It's great service from folks who know what they're talking about.
A place with a great selection of brands you love.
And so many clothing options to choose from.
It's a low price guaranteed.
And free events that are fun for the whole family. If you've never been to Bass Pro Shops, you don't know what you're missing.
Ontario, Canada. The breathtaking scenery, the incredible wildlife, the endless sunsets, and the Muskies. Ontario, Canada is home to the greatest musky waters in the world, and giant muskies are awaiting your next cast. Explore the waters of Ontario and catch your personal best.
To find out more about my favorite Ontario waters, check out gofishinontario.com.
From bass and walleye to crappie in the great outdoors, you deserve more than old school aluminum. Reward yourself with the quality, performance, and extra room in a Ranger aluminum design. Packed with features, these rigs carry an ultra-smooth dry ride and stable platforms. Experience a Ranger aluminum boat today. It's engineered to excel and priced to be yours.
It's time for the Yeti Tough Moment. Fishing live suckers while casting artificial lures is a mainstay for fall musky fishing in the Northwoods. Boat control and slowly working edges with precision is simple under stable conditions. But when Mother Nature presents a giant cold front with wind gusts reaching 40 miles per hour accompanied by snow, working slowly and precisely is much more difficult. You just have to be smart about your spot selection and do your best to handle the elements. And remember, the muskies will still bite. Now that's Yeti tough.
We've got some crazy inclement weather that has come in. Giant winds, rain, miserable, but what could you expect in the fall? And you really need north wind spots, right, Rob, to kind of keep yourself protected?
Well, yeah, I mean, when you're looking at the weather, each day I just plan, okay, this is what's going to happen, where can we fish effectively? That's the biggest thing. And having areas that are somewhat protected by high banks or you know, such like that, where you can get out of the wind, you know, and fish slow, that is the key this time of year. And October, I mean, it can change with a flip of a switch, you know,
Yeah.
and like we're seeing. And, you know, that's just the whole fact of the matter is fishing effectively this time of year, casting and with live bait.
Rob, is there a particular sucker size you like to use, or does it matter? I mean, you know.
Well, I don't like to get to, you know, use a real big sucker, Jim, because the problem is a bigger sucker doesn't necessarily mean a bigger fish. You know, with these quick set rigs, you know, a bigger bait is just harder for them to grab. I mean, they can, a 36-inch muskie can eat a big sucker. The problem is we're trying to hook them quickly.
Right.
And they just tend to tail grab bigger suckers. What's
Right.
more important is a good, lively, wild sucker.
Right.
You know, a 12, 13-inch sucker is ideal. You know, 15, 16 as the water starts dropping down in temperature. Because this is a perfect one right here.
$30 feet.
Let me get that out of the way here.
Yeah, hold on.
There you go.
That's John. Oh yeah, nice. On the sucker, outstanding. Crazy. Awesome. Oh, yeah. Nice fish. You took that sucker, he meant business with it.
Yeah?
Oh, yeah.
Hate to take his meal away from him, but that's how it goes, boys. This fish warm.
What, are you not warm?
I've been warmer.
Fishing a Phantom Softail here as we're working along this edge. Kind of feel like I'm fishing a Phantom Softail to stay warm as much as I am trying to catch a muskie out here. But seriously, you can throw it up over the shallow cover or up on the break, and the key with this bait is just you're tapping your rod a couple times and then controlling the slack and picking it up. You're just working it, tap, tap, and then I pause it. And I'm just getting into a cadence with this bait, working it nice and easy. The water's cold, there's no hurry. Just working it nice and easy and let it get that side to side motion. Once or twice during the retrieve, I pause it, 1001, and then get back into that cadence. So if a fish is behind it and you pause it and let that extended glide and that beta fall down, a lot of times they'll grab it in between. Adverse conditions, had to stick it out.
Awesome.
Look just like a walleye. Decided to eat it.
Might
Come here,
be.
dude. I got you. Yeah. Nice fish. Beautiful.
He was not coming off.
No way. That was awesome. All right. He said, take me back. Northern Wisconsin is an incredible place to muskie fish. Vilas County has hundreds of lakes loaded with muskies. And when you're near St. Germain, you gotta stay at St. Germain Lodge and you gotta fish with Rob Manthei. Join us next week for another big fish adventure on the Musky Hunter.
Oh, good fish. Nice.
Yeah.
That was incredible.
I'm shaking.
Nice fish. Nice job, Rob. Beautiful.
The Musky Hunter has been brought to you by these fine sponsors.
So what are you feeling today? I haven't even thought about anything. What am I supposed to say to you?
That's a professional. That's how it's done.
Yeah!
Let's go. We're gonna fish or what?
That's right. Just doing a little end show stuff. I feel like Costner in Dances with Wolves. I'm just leaning back.